Welcome, guys, to episode 1 of our wedding edition on Aman's Unfiltered. We're pulling back the sequin curtain on the chaos, charm, and sheer lunacy of saying I do. Today, we're diving into the glitter drenched trenches with the unsung heroes of every fairy tale gone logistical nightmare, the wedding planners. You know, the people who smile while coordinating a barat on a highway or turning your Pinterest dreams into Pinterest reality without literally bankrupting your future, and mediate more family drama than an entire season of Indian matchmaking. So, my dear bridezillas to be and budget warriors, buckle up because this one's definitely for you. We have some three superpower women on Aman's Unfiltered today. As you guys heard from my introduction, today I have Sharan from Pink Palki, I have Neha from Mantra Events, and I have Meghna from Keeran, the wedding planner. So I'm going to give the mic to each one of these gorgeous ladies to introduce themselves. Hi.
Hi, I'm Sharan. I'm a partner at Pink Palki. We've been around for about 14 years now. And no, we are not Pinky Palki. And no, we're not Pink Panther.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Neha from Mantra Events, and I'm actually the rookie partner of our team. I've been around for 10 years, but my other partners have definitely been in the business for a very long time.
I would say a decade is already quite a long time.
Yeah.
Amazing. Good on you. Hi, Meghna.
Hi, this is Meghna. I am a partner with Keeran, who's my mother, and she started this about 20 plus years ago.
Amazing.
And now I have taken over the business.
Great. So this is going to be a super powerhouse episode today with these three beautiful ladies. Okay, I'm going to jump right in. Okay. My first question. So you guys want to jump in together? You guys want to take turns? Up to you. The ball's on your court. So be unfiltered.
You got it.
As unfiltered as you can be. Give me juicy stuff on my show, okay?
Like 5 minutes
The
ago.
real unfiltered stuff is on our clear comms, but that will never be revealed to the world. That is the most unfiltered conversation.
I sing on my ClearCom to my team.
Can I have your clear comms? Like, do you guys have a black box I can like, just take? That'd be amazing.
That would not be good for our future business.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody should ever get a hold of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the first thing you ask a couple when they come to you for your services? Who wants to start?
I mean, I think it would be the same for all of us in terms of the when do you plan to get married? The boring stuff in terms of
Right.
when, how many people, what location are you thinking of?
Okay.
But then I love to ask, like, are you sure? It works for me because it's like it kind of eases the conversation and makes it fun.
But
and
are you sure you're getting
to get
married?
Yeah.
I know.
So I was like, hey, are you sure? And then most importantly, what kind of wedding are you envisioning? And sometimes
Okay.
they talk about decor, sometimes they talk about feeling. So it's kind of just an open-ended question.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Same.
I think similar approach on the
Yeah.
first 5 questions, which is what dates, what's your number of packs, have you looked at your hotels and event flow, like what they have in their mind. And I think after that, it's more understanding the gauge of, it's more dialogue, I think, than a question of just understanding what is important to them. What is their vision, like she said? Is it, for some people, food is a big thing. For some people, decor is a big thing. For some people, it's that intimacy that they want to feel. So understanding that and then being able to tailor your approach with them and give them what they want, because I think essentially all three of us, we are doing bespoke weddings, so with every person it's not the same method.
Absolutely.
For me, it is pretty much the same. I would just like to add, for me, it is interesting to know where they're coming from.
Right.
What is the story of the couple? How they, met? Where they're from? Where did they grow up? Where did they? These are
Yeah.
follow-up questions, obviously, because it gives me a little bit insight into where they're coming from and how to weave that into what their expectations would be
Yeah.
for a wedding.
I mean,
Like a
I do
personal
that too.
touch.
Yeah, for
So I do a
design.
questionnaire after they've signed.
Yes.
So once you sign the dotted line, you get the real stuff.
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
that, I'm not giving you
Yeah, the
everything.
way they
yeah.
love free advice and free,
Yeah, because we give a lot of free homework
Yeah.
to clients, and that's part of our job.
Yeah.
So I think once they sign the dotted line, that's when I send out this little Q&A for them to answer, like,
Yeah.
what's their story? How did they meet? What is something that's personal to them? Because that helps me creatively drive their story into their
Yeah.
wedding, into those 3 days, into those little details that actually kind of matter for them.
Yeah, the design, and
Yeah.
it's subtle.
Into the-
It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be
Big things.
Big things. It's
Yeah.
the subtle things.
Because for sure, like there's a lot of fishing going on from like
Oh,
they go
yeah.
to you, they might go to you, or
Yeah.
the,
They
you know,
go to
like
at least, I would say 3 or 4 at least.
Yeah.
yeah.
if not 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's normal.
What's the biggest like wedding budget you've ever had to work with?
I would say for us, it was about close to $3 million, but it was at,
Dollars.
yes, but it was at, again, I don't want to say it because then you'll know who it is, because only, basically it was a buyout at a very, very expensive property. So it wasn't, the money didn't come to us, not all of it. But it was a property in Phuket. So basically all villas, super high end and super amazing buyout wedding there. And to see them swipe that credit card was super fun.
Oh my God, guys, you gotta let me shadow
yeah.
you guys at this wedding,
Yeah.
man. Like
But
$3
that was-
million dollars.
Yeah, but then they had like, the Gypsy Kings come and play live on the
Oh,
beach. And It was that kind
wow.
of wedding. It wasn't. It was a very interesting wedding. Super fun to do. Super creative, because there was budget. You know. And I think the landscape of that particular hotel was just fantastic. Actually, it was
Wow.
So,
It's stunning.
yeah.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
Like you already know what she's talking
Yeah, yeah.
about. Like that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But I'm not allowed to mention this.
Of course,
because,
we don't want to take names. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you
say-
can if you want to. I mean, it's
No,
unfiltered,
for
but
that
don't.
one we were not.
yeah.
We were not allowed
Okay.
to. It was like no disclosure of anything. So.
I think mine's on the books. It's also very famous. It was a buyout from one of the Asia top weddings, and it was baby Coachella. Like that is the best way I can describe
Wow.
it. Like 1,200 people, artists at every event of all calibers, from like an Akon to like
That was a crazy wedding.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vidya Vox. So
Yeah.
it was Coachella, and to be able to do something like that is like, oh my God, I did 1,200 people, 5 days, no sleep. Like
That's amazing.
you could write a book just on that one wedding.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. What about you?
Well, I think the biggest one is actually happening this year for me,
Okay.
go
Ooh,
Meghna.
nice.
but it is not in Thailand, and it is in Mauritius. But I mean, I would say if I've done something as big as that is 700 packs wedding, and that was like again Vishal Shekhar. The scale of it was one of the first weddings in my first few years that I did. But now the scale of it with Vishal Shekhar's Salim Suleiman. The
That's
works,
amazing,
It's,
yeah.
it's when the artists get bigger and then
Yeah.
And the stressing.
So
The
increases.
stress gets even higher.
yeah,
does.
yeah, and we
Because
had
then you're managing them as well.
No, because you're not
Yeah.
just organizing a wedding anymore. You're organizing
Yeah.
a concert.
we had a parade. We had a Republic Day kind of parade for the wedding in Chiang Mai, and it was with
What?
peacocks and like it felt like animals and dancers and
Is that even allowed?
yeah, it was.
everything is allowed.
Everything is possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Thailand's pretty good that way.
Yeah. We're lucky,
Yeah.
actually.
Actually,
As a
Thailand
destination.
as a destination is
Yeah.
much easier than it's
Yeah.
than
I mean,
what clients
I
say.
can say from, I guess, experience, I've worked in Malaysia, in Vietnam, and then Thailand. At the end of the day, I think what Thailand has to offer, nobody else has. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
even working on like India. It doesn't beat.
Yeah,
Oh, India's
I
the toughest.
completely agree with that because right now, I'm like, if somebody comes to me and complains about, or like, Thailand is expensive or Thailand is this, I would actually say, guys, I
Do
know.
your homework, right?
Do your
Yeah,
homework.
do your
Like,
Yeah.
Do
100%.
India or Malaysia service, I don't agree with at all.
Yeah.
India
Yeah.
pricing is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other, like, we've done Mexico and now we're doing Mauritius. Thailand is like a walk in the park.
Have you guys ever had to say no to the couple's dream because it was like whatever they were asking for was like really unrealistic?
Yes.
Of
Yes.
course,
Of
all
course.
the
Give me
time.
an example of something.
I had a groom who wanted a wax statue, life size, like Madame Tussauds,
Of himself?
of him and his bride to be. He was adorable, like one of my favorite grooms. But we couldn't do that because it was frightfully expensive. And then also to find the right artisan to do that was tough. So we instead did life size paintings of him and
Okay.
his wife to be, but in the form of like royalty. It was kind of cool.
If you ever
Um,
got that made, where would he put it, I wonder?
Melted
I
and
In
taken.
his
yeah.
bedroom?
But I'm saying a lot of the times they do want, like, you get a lot of interesting requests. It's just that sometimes it's not feasible cost
Yeah,
wise
yeah.
or implementation wise.
Mm.
Yeah, and risk-wise, like I've been
Yeah.
asked, like, can I like skydive into my mandap? And I'm like,
How do you
how do you
skydive?
think that that's like
What if you don't
actually a
make it?
great
Yeah.
idea?
Oh my
Like you're
God.
wearing a sherwani, you're going to come in what clothes? Like
Yeah.
what do you want to achieve, you know? So I think sometimes people come with these really outrageous ideas because they want to stand out. They want to be remembered for
Yeah.
something different. But then I think we are all their reality checks. We're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
love it, but it's not gonna work.
It's not possible.
Actually, for me, I start with let's explore that idea because Kiran, my mom is the reality check. I'm the let's discuss the out of the box
Right.
idea. So I had a bride. We were doing the wedding in Devatara.
Oh, Devdara.
Devtara, and unfortunately, that property is no longer available. But the bride wanted to come in a hot air balloon and land into the lawn.
Oh, wow.
And we tried all logistics. We actually worked with the hot air balloon. The lawn was too small, but we explored the logistics. But we have to, I go through that process and say what is possible, and then Karen says, okay, now stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for some things I'd be willing
Yeah.
to, which I think are realistic, like a hot air balloon,
balloon
I
is
still
like, yeah,
understand.
Skydiving? No.
But like
There
a
is sky-
skydiving
air-
into an
What if he
area,
doesn't get down the wrong
No, no,
right
no.
spot?
like
So
how do
I
you
would-
control
yeah.
that? You
I
know?
would love skydive. I've done skydiving.
Me
It's
too.
actually it's easier than bungee jumping, but
But where do you control your like your parachute?
no. So if you tandem dive, the guy with you controls it.
Yeah,
and
he can
know-
maneuver you
Okay.
down.
We
Actually,
have actually walked over another parachute while when you skydive and then you walk over.
Does
But
that
I
mean
would
that the
not
guy
take-
who brings you down also has to dress up?
Yeah,
Wear
yeah.
a turban?
Yeah.
So at least he's
No, no,
ready
no.
also?
Imagine
I would
wearing
hope
that
so,
suit.
because then he would just be like in a suit.
Yeah.
Imagine wearing like a suit and then zipping it out and like James Bond. Come
Yeah.
on, I want
Superman?
that.
Yeah. The thing with me is that it's actually not that attractive, guys. I've done skydiving.
Neha,
Your-
can I do
your-
that for my 40th
Your
birthday?
skin is
Yeah.
like fine for the
Yeah,
first 60
yeah.
seconds, and then you're free falling. I'm like, oh, do you really want that on your wedding video?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
you
The
know?
wind on your face.
Yeah.
Imagine that being recorded.
Yeah, it's not very attractive.
Oh
but
my
yeah.
God. Okay. So, in a wedding, like, what's harder to manage, the couple or their families? I can
It's
see
a
all the
package
faces.
deal.
Wait.
It's not, I wouldn't say it's one. Sometimes the couple is a breeze, but the family is a little harder. Sometimes the family is a breeze and couples are harder. But also, I think today when I work, I feel like a lot more weddings I'm doing where families are actually lesser involved. A lot more younger couples. It's just the bride and groom a lot more. And then the families come in for their segment, which is important to them.
I
Yeah.
think ours is different. Ours depends.
Yeah.
It can be like that. It
Yeah.
can also be a very family centric.
Really?
Yeah, we still have family centric weddings where the couple just kind of shows up and the family kind of takes
Oh,
control.
wow.
Yeah.
I haven't done those in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
For me, it's mostly the couple takes charge.
Yeah.
They keep very minimal family involvement. In the beginning, yes, a lot of families were involved. In the last few years, the couples take charge.
Same.
But like now, I have a couple who they're very independent, but yet their families are very involved.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and the tension, like just the, you
Yeah.
know, just the
Managing
Yeah.
of
Managing of-
expectations.
I think like the question was which one's more difficult. I think what's difficult is actually to manage the families and the couple and to align
balance
their
it out.
expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
so
to meet
that-
in the middle,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Like,
And so what happens sometimes the family will want something else, the couple wants something else, and you're like the mediator.
Yes.
You're like
Yeah.
the wedding
You
counselor.
are. Yeah.
And I say, okay,
You're-
mom and dad want this, you guys want that. How about we compromise on this? Let's give them this. You
Yeah,
know?
you're managing everyone's
everyone's,
expectations
yeah.
and
Yeah.
trying to make everybody
Yeah.
happy.
So it's not
Yeah.
one piece. It's like
so you
many,
guys are like a part-time therapist.
we can
Full-time.
Be, yeah.
Full-time.
Full-time.
Okay.
It's not a part-time.
Oh my God.
It's full time.
It's full time. There are other caps that we wear, hats that we wear.
100%.
Multiple
There's so many
hats.
other
Yeah.
hats.
I mean, on a tangent, but I've actually been asked once, like, so what's your full-time job? And I was like, I need you to wear my shoes for a day, and then ask me what my full-time
Yeah.
job is.
So
Yeah.
remember,
Oh, wow.
there was an event I did, like my very first event I did Punjabi MC, and these girls were all there, right? And I was walking around with a walkie-talkie. This one runs to me, Neha runs to me, is like, "How do you feel with the walkie-talkie?" Like, now you know how I feel. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, Neha, I do, sort
Yeah.
of."
Yeah, we wear many hats, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can also be like, room service, butlers, whatever you want us to be.
Everything,
makers.
everything.
Yeah, coffee makers, anything.
Yeah.
Because
I guess-
eventually it's just hospitality, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm going to find someone to do that. It's like, I'll get it done for
Yeah.
you. Whatever it
Yeah.
is, small or big.
Whoever you delegate to, but that has to be your first approach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, do the couples usually go over budget most of the time? And if they do, like, how does it work over there?
For me, it really depends. Some are not at all budget conscious and some are completely, and they just say, hey, we want to stick to this. But for us, and I think for all of us, it's very itemized. So you can kind of fix your budget and your priorities accordingly. Like Neha said earlier, some couples focus on food, so they'll spend a majority of their non-hotel budget on food and then on decor, and then the small peripheries are not important. Some people don't care about the food; they just want to go with hotel food and nothing else. And
Okay.
they want to spend on entertainment and lavish gifts. So everybody's priorities are different.
Yeah.
But working within budgets is fairly simple, because it's itemized. It's not like a
Yeah.
I don't think any of
One
us
size
have.
fits all.
I mean, like she said, I think everything is itemized and
Yeah.
everything is very transparent. So if they're choosing to go above their budget, it's them having a very clear understanding that, hey, I have decided to get this, and that's why my budget is going up.
Yeah.
It's not a gray area bill
Yeah.
slapped in the end
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah,
don't know
exactly.
about it. They're very
Yeah.
aware of why their budget is going up when it is. And I think
That's
in
great,
most,
yeah.
in most times, they're okay with it in the process. And if they come with a very strict budget, then I think most of us will
we'll work within it.
we work within what they come with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most ridiculous thing that a couple has ever spent on?
Like, what is the most ridiculous thing?
But it's
That's got to be something for sure. In
I'm
every,
sure there is. I just
Yeah.
off the top of my head.
I'm not
I
letting
can't
you
think.
go
Yeah.
until I don't get an answer
We
for
can
this.
come
I
back-
want
we
to
can
know.
come back to
Yeah,
it.
we
We
can
can
come
come
back
back
to
to
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming back to this, so I'm circling this question.
but what is ridiculous?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Like, I don't know. Like,
I think after
I mean, nowadays
so many years
everything
in
is
this
so
business,
yeah,
like,
nothing is
Nothing is
ridiculous.
ridiculous. Nothing is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
okay,
That's the thing.
supposedly you were able to do that wax thing. That would be a ridiculous item
Sharan
you
did
can
a-
spend
Sharan
on,
did
right?
a Batmobile.
Yeah, so actually, my mother was in Chatuchak and she suddenly saw like a car rally and she saw a Batman and a Batmobile. So she took the number and then sure enough, we used them and we closed down Sukhumvit Soy 22, paid the cops, paid the Somtam vendors, paid the motorcycle drivers and closed it down for 1 hour and had a Batman themed Bharat with a Batmobile and bat capes for everybody. It was super fun.
Oh.
Was that ridiculous? They didn't like it was. I don't.
Cool.
I thought it was pretty creative. So for me, like I don't think we find anything ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
after
interesting,
few
it's
years
new.
in
Yeah.
wedding planning.
Okay,
Although
let's
everything
change
is-
the word
yeah.
ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
what's the coolest thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, and at that point, the best part is my mom was in LA at the time, so she sent the video, and she's like, "Who does such?" So she said, "This is pretty ridiculous." And I'm like, "Mom, if you zoom in, your son is right there. He's in the beginning of the Bharat." And she's like, "Oh shit, this is yours? Oh, okay, beta." I'm like, "Mom, you found this, you know?"
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've used the
Yeah.
I've used the Batmobile
Yeah.
after that
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
it becomes a trend. Anything that is not the norm
Yeah.
ends up becoming a trend. Couples that have
And
seen
then we
it
have to find something new.
new
Again.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, the,
constantly
like,
looking for
tell-
something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would-
Constantly.
yeah. And then the new becomes old very quickly,
Very quickly.
especially with Instagram and social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
For
even
sure.
if anything and everything. Yeah.
That's like everybody's book out there. Like,
Yeah.
hey, look, I've done this, I've done that.
Yeah.
So everything.
Yeah.
You're right.
And the best part is when you have clients coming in and they're like, I want something new. And then they show you all these weddings online.
Instagram.
They're like, and I love this and I love this. And then I'm thinking, we're all thinking like, but this is not new.
You're showing me an
Yeah,
existing.
But
Yeah.
I guess it depends on where our clients come from, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes what we see so regularly and take for granted is very new,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Yeah.
They're not used to seeing that. We
Yeah.
see so much that nothing is really new for
Yeah.
us. Like,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, "Oh, can we do this? We've never seen this before." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I just did this, but yeah, sure, we can."
Yeah.
Like, I have to give them the same level of excitement because they're not doing weddings the way we are.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no.
Like for me,
Wow.
I think one of the like it was more intimate, but
Yeah.
this girl was like, I marrying my childhood sweetheart, and I would like to. We both like to go to music festivals, so all 3 days need to be music festival type of events.
Oh,
Wow.
So how we turned out, how we did the decor, the kind
Yeah.
of DJs we had. We had a DJ Sabo from Bali who burns incense and then starts. He has a whole ritual.
Yeah.
And we had
That
most
sounds kind of like
yeah,
Tomorrowland and, you
but it
know,
was
Yeah.
very like
Wonder
intimate.
Fruit.
Yeah, wonderful, but more intimate and all
That's
like
amazing,
everything was done
yeah.
with bamboos.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
now you watch after this podcast. We all have DJ
I have a DJ coming.
I'm kidding. With
A lot of
incense,
people are going to
yeah.
get famous after this.
And so like they'll start lighting incense.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this guy did like a whole like ritual. It
No,
was
but I
quite
actually
impressive.
love those kinds of things.
Yes, I
think
like
when
that.
requests like that come, I feel like it's something different. It's
It's-
something intimate, and I like driving from my couple's story a lot
Exactly.
into their wedding. I think that's what makes every wedding
Different,
feel
right?
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're all the same, right?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
don't have that personal story of them.
Yeah. You don't
then-
want to
then
churn
it-
out.
yeah.
You don't want to churn
No.
out themes
That's-
and concepts. You want to say, hey, what are you about?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let's then build
Yeah,
from that.
and have their little snippets here and there.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Like it's a
You
personal
have
thing
right?
to
'Cause
them.
You're not
Yeah.
copy pasting. It's not like a factory reset and just keep. You have to kind of
And
change things around.
that started
and how much
happening,
can you do? Right?
like, last
Sometimes you
year.
feel like that because there's so much that we see. But I think eventually all of us still try to put a personal touch or
Yeah.
their story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, I have had like clients like, yeah, I would like to have something very different, but like, what can you do like a carnival? Carnival.
One more
Again,
time.
One more carnival, guys.
one more carnival or boho.
Yeah.
Boho, Amalfi Coast.
Jungle.
Disco jungle.
I haven't
Disco
done
jungle.
Done. If
Yeah.
one more disco jungle,
It's the same.
but
Everybody
can we
wants
make it
something
different?
new. They want
Yeah, we'll
boho.
try.
Yeah, boho, disco jungle, Amalfi Coast, carnival.
So these are pretty common then.
Yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Oh my
The
God.
thing is
It's-
that every time you do
We would
it,
like
though,
to have
it
a
turns
carnival.
out beautiful.
Yeah.
But we've done it, and I guess
That's why I think
Do you tell them like, hey guys, so we work with something more different? It's been done
we do.
before,
We try to
but
tweak
then.
it. Let's not do disco jungle. Let's do something else.
But if
Do
they're really
elegant forest
adamant
or
that
whatever
no,
it is.
it doesn't matter, we want to
See,
do it,
some of
then
them already like some couples come with a clear vision of like mood boards. Like they've
Yeah.
had Pinterest boards for like 2 years. So so we're like, okay, do you have any visuals? And if they do, they're really stuck with that. They actually like that.
Yeah.
So it's very
It's
difficult to
deviate
them.
from
to
that.
Yeah. And okay, fine. But then you're like, how can I make it different? So at least we look different. We try something new. So maybe you
Mm.
change the colors. Maybe you add some cool furniture. Maybe add a cool artist or like a drummer or something interesting to make it different.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, a disco jungle is a disco jungle.
Yeah.
There's only, you still have mirror balls and
Let me
foliage.
change the mirror ball from silver to pink
Yeah.
so that it looks different this
Yeah.
time.
yeah, we just want
you
to.
know.
I think I try to say like, let's up level your ideas so that it doesn't look like another Pinterest board.
Yeah.
So like, let's take your idea and then work on it, and that's exactly what.
Yeah.
Mm.
Some listen.
Some
And
listen,
some are very open. Like if you can tell them like, hey, I think this is very done, they're very open. But like Sharan said, a lot come with their mindset. So when your mind is set, at the end of the day, it's also service, right?
Yeah.
We can't just tell them, I'm sorry, this is not
Yeah, yeah.
great. Like
Exactly.
we've got to get their vision the way they want onto reality. So we also have to then know that, all right, they're pretty stuck on this idea
Yeah.
and we're going to make it happen for them.
Yeah.
And I feel
Okay.
like the decorators then, I mean, if they listen, then the decorators are immediately able to up-level their idea.
Yeah.
If they're stuck on the idea, we are limited in our creative
Right.
know,
yeah.
resources
Yeah.
to deliver. But we then tend to deliver exactly what we are told.
Okay. Interesting. So, any moments where you had to pretend everything was fine when it's actually not?
Oh yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
That is
All the
like
Can you
time.
give me an example of like something happened and you couldn't tell the groom, but then you resolved it later? Like, give me an example.
So the mobile bar, like the moving bar,
Okay.
in Kaulak, it didn't make it. It broke down, and when we said, "Where is it?" This was in JW Marriott Kaulak. The bartending team said it's on the way, and we said, "Is it really on the way?" And of course, it wasn't on the way.
Yeah.
It had broken down, and we heard them. So we're like, "Okay, now what?" So right next to the JW Marriott, there's a small dhaba, like a small.
Oh.
And they have
friendship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
friendship
yeah,
restaurant.
Oh my
yes,
God.
Yes.
And they have a car, a mobile, like the same caravan, but it's never moved. Okay, it doesn't move because the bonnet part thingy on top it falls. So
Or like the little onyx kind of a thing
the
that
awning,
flaps
the
out.
awning,
Yeah,
exactly. So the awning falls. So it's never moved in the past, whatever, however it's been there. So we're like, okay, let's figure this out. We got the decorator. We found the carpenter from the hotel. We made a whole like a stick to hold up the awning. Basically, they had a whole bar menu. We covered it with fabric and we made it work.
yeah. Amazing.
Did anybody know? Nobody knew, but it was very tough. And these things happen all the time. So we're kind of like magicians, I would say.
Magician.
touch
Yeah,
that.
we can make anything happen.
Neha, what about
Nobody
you?
needs to know.
I like to tell them eventually that I'm a planner, not a magician, because sometimes it's just
Unrealistic.
unrealistic.
Expectations.
But this happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this. How many times has a barat started, but because it's scorching hot,
Yeah.
the DJ just stops working.
Yeah.
Like their equipment, the controller,
'cause
the
it heats up.
CDJ heats up. So
Yeah.
you're like, all right, Dolvala, bust it out. Like, make sure you cannot
Yeah.
figure this out
Yeah.
till we cool the system,
And you
get a
make it
fan
seem
on
that-
it, make it
yeah.
seem like it's part of
It's
the
part of it,
journey, and then the DJ comes back on again. Or, oh my God, the Pandit missed his flight and the puja is going to start.
Yeah.
Okay, like, get him on the next flight, wake up, do this. It always kind of works out, I think.
I want to elaborate on this. Like a pandit missing the flight, but don't they have like timings of the rituals, things like
course.
that,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
when the pandit misses that,
We come up
Puja.
with fabulous things.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's not their fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flight is delayed.
Yeah.
That happens. Phuket, Bangkok, whatever, flights get delayed all the time. So some things are really not in our
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
Like, but we have to account for every
so
vendor.
how would you
that
get out of that
messes up.
situation
You'd
when
have
there's
to
no
delay-
pandit?
You'd have to delay.
You just have to, like, at some point, sometimes it's honesty, guys. You just have
Yeah.
to go to the client and say, guys,
Managing expectation.
you have to, we've got to push this, but we'll move this up so that we won't be delayed. You'll still get your sunset wedding. We'll make this work. We'll
Okay.
tell him to shorten this ceremony. All these things are
Yeah.
are plug and play for us now.
Yeah, we're very used to figuring things out, I would say.
Yeah.
I can
think
imagine.
a
You gotta
big
do it.
part of the
Yeah.
job
Yeah.
is managing
Because
expectations.
we're managing so many moving parts at the same time, whether it's people, whether it's
Yeah.
structures, or whether it's vehicles.
Mhm.
Like when people ask
yeah.
me, what do you do? I'm like, that computer thing that says troubleshoot? That's my job. That's our job. Like, we are troubleshooting all day, every day, in my sleep, when I'm awake, at breakfast. Like, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And we keep our walkie-talkies on at night. I mean, at least I do when we sleep, because there's always something.
Yeah.
something or other.
Yeah.
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 Even my phone is on
Yeah.
ringer.
Yeah.
Like, those 3 days is 4 days, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But in my real life, I'm so horrible at answering the phone.
No,
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a thing.
It's a
Yeah,
thing.
it's a
It-
switch. You need
it's
to
a
switch
it's-
off.
So
you
it's
switch
it's a
off.
you
Especially
you guys
with,
thing.
Especially with WhatsApp. If
Oh,
it's not a
yeah.
client, I'm done. for
I
now.
don't even look.
You I've
sometimes.
experienced.
Yeah,
You're horrible in replying
Thank
messages.
you.
This one's horrible in
Oh wow, we have a reputation.
I don't know. No,
that's
she
really bad too.
messages me
No, but
on the dot. Sorry,
But
but,
that
she
you're-
replies right away.
Wow,
doesn't reply
Meghna,
her
that's
friends,
so
though.
Yeah,
good.
because they know that I
She
know
doesn't
that
reply
they
her
love
friends.
me, so it's like
You're new
Yeah,
on the
you're
scene.
into
That's
it.
why she's
Once
being
you-
nice
Yeah.
right now.
But I'm horrible in my real life.
Yeah,
like
same.
I'm just like, guys.
I have like some 400 WhatsApps not read.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll take, and then one day I'll be like, okay, fine, let's do it. I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I love you. So sorry, I love you too.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that when we do a wedding, we're handling 300 people on average, 400 people. When we're back in our homes and our personal
Our
lives,
social
our
battery.
social battery is gone. It's
Zero.
zero.
Yeah.
It's
Zero.
Because we're smiling, we're troubleshooting. Yes, of course. How can I help you? Sure. My team member will help you, whatever. Always like putting on, your
Yeah.
best front. And then when you're back home, you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I think our families and our friends have the worst version of us. Like,
Yeah.
like they have the most brutal, no
Like,
filter.
can you plan? Yeah, can
like-
you plan us something? I'm like, no.
I'm like, no. Like, can you do this? I'm like, are you serious? I just got done doing stuff for other
Yeah.
people. I'm not doing anything, you know?
I'm a witness to that.
Yeah, but that's when I say, like, those are the people that probably love us the most because
Yeah.
they deal with that, right?
Yeah.
Like, we are
Yeah.
at zero capacity
I
when we come back
completely
to
understand.
our real world.
Although now I'm sure like we're veterans of it. Like recently, one of my weddings got rained on.
Right.
It was at 9 a.m. and we were told a angled mandap. Then the panditji decided, okay, non-angle is fine. 9 a.m. mandap, and the bride was an influencer, so she went in earlier to take pictures, and she got drenched, her sari with everything. So I went to the pandit, very calm, and I'm like, what do we do now? He's like, Beta, we can move the Mahurat to evening. So
Then-
suddenly the gods were okay.
Yeah.
The Mahurat changed. You know, all the outfits had to be dried. The entire area had to be dried. But again, I am sure now we're such veterans that calm is our middle name.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
be calm, and we cannot show that we cannot panic.
You can't panic. Yeah,
we
exactly.
Immediately, I
No.
think
But
get
there's
into
no point.
Yeah, there's no
Solution
point.
mode.
Solution mode. The minute you get stuck on the problem, you can't move past that.
Yeah.
Where a storm, we like literally had wind blowing the chairs back. We put it out, calmly moved it. We have to do it with a smile. And then one guest approached us and said, "How do you manage?" I said, "If I panic,
You
everybody-
guys will
You
all
guys
be
will,
over.
yeah.
100%.
So I have to keep my calm, and there is no point in
You
doing
gotta
that.
do what you gotta do
Yeah,
until
exactly.
Yeah,
And move on.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think that's our biggest thing. Keeping calm.
Keeping
and
calm.
like
Yeah.
just smiling, and even if you know that the sky is going to crash, you're still smiling and everything's going to be okay, guys, because if we don't do that, there will be a domino effect of
Of
frenzy
course.
Everything, yeah.
through
Yeah.
and through
Yeah.
through the family and then to the crowd. And that's actually why they've hired us, right? Is to make sure that they don't have to stress.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what we're there to do. We take
I
on
wonder
their stress.
how
Yeah.
long you guys take to hibernate after a wedding.
I like to
During high
disappear.
season, we don't have that much time, to
Yeah.
be honest. Usually it's like you come back and then again you're ready for the next. I think it's
Wow.
like
Yeah.
during low season where we actually get time for ourselves.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a bride or a groom go missing before the ceremony? Neha, because you laugh.
I'm just like, that's a funny question. Bride
I want to
groom.
know,
No.
like,
Well, I've had a
Yes.
groom walk
yes,
Yes,
Sharan?
yes.
like a hangover
We had a
walk-in.
groom. Yeah, we had a groom
Oh.
who actually.
Like got cold feet.
No. So he actually didn't show up to his puja in the morning, which was the morning of the wedding. We couldn't get into his room, and so we had to break it down. And actually, I think he drank too much the night before, so he hurt himself, and he was lying on the floor. It was not a happy scene.
Oh my god.
So he didn't have cold feet. He just had a huge cut on his head. We took him to the hospital, and then had to readjust his turban and got him married. And then he got told off later. But poor guy. But yeah, I think I'm not sure what happened the night before, but that's the only time I think. Oh, and then we had another bride and groom. The bride didn't make it to her welcome dinner. Heat and drinking in the sun, I think.
Like a heat stroke or
yeah.
so. Okay.
That happens.
So yeah, that happens. So what happens is you continue. The show must go on.
Yeah.
And then people ask you, where's the bride? And you just have to say, oh my God, she's just chilling. She'll be down in a bit. And then people forget. And then they move on. They continue. And it's
Because there's
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
people.
Because there's so many people,
I
they're
think
not gonna
that's
know.
another hat we wear.
Yeah.
We are. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a doctor expert, guys. I've been to the hospital so many times on my watch because not even the bride and groom.
Yeah,
we
anybody.
have 300 people on an
Yeah.
average with us. And some of these people have all kinds of issues. So I've had cases where this guy was a non-Indian attending an Indian wedding,
Right.
clearly having way too much fun, felt this insane chest pain and thought he was having a heart attack. So we
That's
ran him to
heartburn,
the
people.
hospital.
That's happened to so many people
And
at
then
every
we
wedding.
get there, I had to call. I remember I called a friend of mine who was Iranian because he was Iranian.
Right.
Made him translate what he was feeling. And it turned out he was just having heartburn. He had way too much Indian food and way too much alcohol. So
That
that's
would be the
it.
case for all non-Indians at an
Yeah.
Indian wedding.
No,
Like,
not
just
even
walk around
non-Indians,
with
Indians as well.
Gaviscon.
Indians as well, and just
Yeah.
injuries. I've had really
Yeah.
bad injuries take place from drunken episodes of guests and then
Yeah.
having to take them to hospitals.
Have you ever had any drunken fights?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I
Right?
wouldn't. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised. Like,
Bottles
but-
flying.
No,
My
no,
worst
now
one
less.
was drunken injury though. Like someone jumped into glass and
Oh.
split their foot open.
ow.
Their tendon like
Ooh.
tore.
Like
It was
ripped.
an 8-hour surgery
Oh, Lord.
the next day. And I mean, this kid was smiling after it, but it was just bad decision making at that point, you know.
Like, when you have so much alcohol at these weddings, like, do you ever put a cap? Like, hey, it's
Can't.
time to stop. Like, do you see the crowd and you're like, okay, I think these guys are.
We have been told by the mother or the father,
But you
of the groom
can't.
and bride, to say, "Can you stop?" And I'm like,
I'll take an
How do you-
executive decision to tell bartenders
To make
sometime
it
that
watered down.
guys,
Yeah.
they're looking
Drinks.
very
Yeah,
rowdy.
that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
Without making it obvious, please, like, you know,
yeah, tone down.
Water
tone
the
down the
drinks,
water
yeah.
down the drinks. I
Yeah.
have done that.
Yeah.
I've done that at the end of the party because when we want them to-
Winding down.
Winding
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Because then sometimes the crowd gets aggressive. We have to.
Because I don't want that 3 a.m. phone call. I know that after 3 a.m., if I get a phone call from the team that's downstairs on night duty,
Ah.
it's not going
It's
to be
not.
something
It's
good.
it's not a
Not
good
pleasant.
call.
Someone's
Yeah.
either losing something, something crazy
Yeah,
has
yeah.
taken place, and you're just like, oh man, why? You
Missing
know?
jewelry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
had one fight once in the middle of the night, and I think I came out like and we found a stick, and we were standing in our pajamas saying, "Just go to bed now." I looked at it.
Danda.
Yeah, I was like,
Matron,
"Come
now it's
on."
time to go to bed,
Like
children.
really?
We had
And
a
it
cou-
was, you know why though? Let me explain why.
Yeah.
Okay, so there were these two boys, and then
Yeah.
there was a wife of one of
Oh
the boys.
my
boy
God.
boy number one was hanging out, and apparently boy number two was checking out boy number one's wife.
Oh.
So boy number one goes up to boy number two and goes, "Stop checking out my wife." So he goes, "I would never do that." And he's like, I saw you." He's like,
Oh,
"Have you seen
God.
your wife? I would never do that."
Oh
Like,
my
what do you mean you would not check her out?
God.
And he's like, "No, have you seen her? I would never
Oh
check her out." So
snap!
he went to the bar, picked up a bottle,
Oh no.
and threw it at him. Missed. I got a girl at the back.
Oh,
Who then we had to wake up the parents and say, "All is well. She's gone to the
no.
hospital."
Oh no.
And it
Oh,
was
no.
horrible. So I was pissed. Firstly,
Yeah.
poor girl. Secondly, idiot. Just
Yeah.
lie and say, "I'm so sorry," whatever.
Yeah.
And
This is like a scene from an Akshay Kumar Khiladi movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Typical.
But you know,
like
after
that.
someone's drinking, their brain doesn't really work.
No,
I've
it
So
doesn't work.
had a guest go to someone else's room.
that's very common.
That's normal.
That's not.
That's very normal.
But and especially in JW, all
Yeah.
the time.
JW were married?
Marriott,
Oh,
yes.
And do they believe that it's their room and somebody else is in their room?
Yes.
Oh,
And then it's
wow.
an issue.
The story about you married.
Okay, please
How
tell.
not, right? So some people say it's haunted. Okay.
Oh my God!
Is
Don't say
it?
that. I'm there all the time.
But I've never felt it. Okay.
Okay.
But a lot of our team members take little like Ganesh murtis or
Right.
little whatever
Like
to
a
make them
protective-
Make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So we had this conversation. I was like, "Why are you telling me this? Because I'm about to go in for the night to sleep."
Yeah.
So we were in our bed, Ravina and I, my partner, and we were sleeping. And we had just spoken about spirits and all that. And she's like laughing at me because I was like, "I don't like to talk about these things." And I'm fine. This is fine. We've been here so many times. Sure enough, and maybe 2 hours later, we were fast asleep and we had a bang, 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 bang.
Oh my God.
And then I jumped on her. I'm like, "That's it. It's done." And she's like, she was scared. And normally she's like the strong one. I'm like, and I had my legs wrapped around her. And this is my second episode in Kaulak, but not at the Marriott. I had another one
Okay.
earlier, a few years ago, right after the tsunami. So anyways, so again, the bang, bang, bang happened. And then she's like, "Who's there?" And nobody answered. So then I'm like, "Bus ho gaya. That's it. It's over." You know, the spirit has come. We were talking about them.
मेरी
and she's-
पैन तो गीली हो
Yeah,
जाएगी
yeah.
इसमें।
And then she's just like, "Don't be an idiot. It's fine. Whatever." It's just she was like the strong one. "I'm gonna go see." I'm like, "No, Ravina, I love you too much. Don't go." She went. She looked through the keyhole. There was a drunk guy there.
Yeah.
He thought it was his room, or I don't know what. So she opened the door. Says, "Ah," I don't know. She screamed, and then he left. He went to the next door. The next door. He just basically was super drunk.
Yeah.
I was so happy there was no spirit visiting me.
There's a lot of these.
Yeah.
Wow.
Drunk
Yeah.
door guys.
Of course.
Yeah.
Once we had a guy punch his own fiance
What?
at someone else's wedding.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it was a guest.
Punch his fiance.
Yeah, punch his fiance. Like they had a like an
Like an
fight,
argument. Yeah, yeah.
and then we were called to send the guy out of the property. I told him, "Please go sleep in your room. We'll talk about it tomorrow." Because everybody was just like, "Get this guy." The next
Fights
morning.
are the worst.
Yeah, it's the silliest.
Did they
But
ever-
I
did
think
they
it
get
happens
married?
less. No. It was not the
They were
actual
guests
couple. They were
attending the
guests.
wedding.
But did that couple get married?
That couple.
They were fiancés, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I sent the guy home.
I
had to
hope
send the
not.
guy home the next
You
I
know,
hope she
more
had
than
an
the
epiphany
couple,
that
I
day.
think the guests are very interesting.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Couples are not like the stories aren't so insane. It's the guest.
Actually, I
They
agree with
ask
her.
for the most random things.
Insane.
They leave their brain at home. It's them. Like
You should filter that.
What's the most
Amazon
random? Okay,
filter?
now that you've
Yes,
mentioned this,
yeah.
what's the most randomest thing a guest will ask
I've
for?
had an uncle call hospitality desk and say, "Can somebody come and fill the bathtub in my room?" And I'm like, "No. Why would we do that? You know how to fill the bathtub. Please do it at your
Because
own
you probably
discretion."
wanted
Uncle G,
Sexy
use your
hospitality
hands,
auntie.
either turn left or right,
I-
and fill your tub.
I had a similar Uncle G who wanted one of our hospitality, very good looking girls, to go with him to buy swimming trunks to see if it looks
Yes.
good on him.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. We have
Oh,
very interesting things that
no.
There's
happen.
very interesting Uncle G's.
No,
Yeah.
I also had young, like, there was a
Uncle
like
G.
20-year-old guy who came up to the hospitality, and I don't know why this was even a conversation. He's like, I left my swimming trunks at home. My mom did pack them. He was like easily 25.
How old is this man?
Easily like 25, asking where can I buy the, swimming trunks. Like we have had, and this is just on the top of my head, but
Yeah.
we have had such questions asked.
I
We're
think
like,
these are like the basic normal.
Yeah.
I forgot to pack my jacket. Can I get one? You're in the middle of an island. Where am I going to get you an
Yeah.
Indian jacket? Or like just
Oh no, I also think that they think that we're again magicians.
Yeah.
And also mama sans and drug dealers.
yeah. That's
So-
for sure too.
So
Can
once I
you-
was at a Westin Phuket, it
Right.
was like the party was happening at an outdoor location next to the hospitality area close by. So I was just closing up, and I said, I'm going to go to the room for a bit. Just let me know if you need anything. And I was there, and one of the guests came over and said, Hey, are you the wedding planner? I said, Yeah, what do you need? How can I help you? And he goes, Okay, so I need two things.
Two things.
I need some cocaine. And I looked at him. I'm like, Okay.
You're like, sounds great.
sure,
And, then, and he's like, and I need a girl for the night. And I said, Do I look like a? Because he was maybe like a young kid, right? Maybe
So
25.
Sharon turned into a drug
I'm
lord
like,
and a
"Do I
mama
look
son.
like yeah, mama son and a drug dealer. And he's like, Isn't that your job? And I was just like, Ek thappar. And I was
No,
just
it's
like,
not, actually.
actually,
Yeah.
no, it's not. And he's like, So who can help me?
No one.
Oh my
Please
gosh.
say no one.
This
So-
one is a you.
Yeah.
It's a you
It's
problem.
a you problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Problem.
wow,
I'm
they
gonna
expect
walk
you.
away from this.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the questions that they have.
But
Even
again, don't you think this is very common? I get asked about drugs all the time.
time.
Like just because we're planners or we're in Thailand, they just
Yeah.
discreetly, any which way, they'll slip it in. Like, can we get? And I'm like, that's not my job. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not here to
Yeah.
service your drug addictions. You know.
Yeah.
But sometimes it amazes me, like the audacity of the.
Yeah.
there's no
these-
filter.
There's
That's
no
no
filter.
filter.
Yeah.
These guests come with
Yeah.
no filters.
Like Indian wedding guests, unfiltered, should
Yeah.
be here.
They come to you and they're like, So how do I check in?
Oh, that is the best part. Where do I check
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm
a
like,
hotel.
I like sometimes really want to ask them, like, when you travel on your own, how do you manage? Because why is it that when you reach an Indian wedding, you forget how to check in?
I think it's
you
just
don't
service that they
remember what
require.
check-in time
Yeah.
is.
But can I answer this? So one of my sister-in-laws
check-in time.
is in the Indian wedding industry in India. So wedding planners in India also handle check-ins.
Oh.
So
Oh,
so
so it's
instead
probably
of
why-
having a say we have a 10, 12 packs team, they have
Yeah.
a 50 packs team. Okay?
Okay.
Their team is doing luggage tags, their team is doing check-ins. So I get this question a lot from my Indian
Maybe
clients.
that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Because
So-
they don't go straight to the hotel.
Right.
Yeah.
With us, our norm is we don't do this.
Yeah.
We're the wedding plan. The hotel will handle their
Yeah.
bit, and we will handle our
We'll
bit.
have a point of contact, I
Yes.
think, in the lobby. Like, I
Of
have
course.
someone who's there
Yeah.
We
managing
help, we
that.
help with check-ins.
But
But then when they come also to the check-in desk, they're like, okay, so what do you need with like passport? But why? I'm like, okay.
like,
Yeah, my passport.
I-
Please check in for me.
And it's amazing. Nobody brings credit cards.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, why?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you not travel on your own? Like,
Yeah.
why do
Yeah.
you not bring your credit cards?
Yeah.
Even though you're coming to a wedding.
Yeah.
But this comes a lot from out of India, I feel,
Yeah.
that don't have these credit cards or
Yeah.
No,
Well,
because the
that's
cardless
Africa
system
clients
is not
too.
really much in play in India. Like it's not a big norm.
So there's two reasons why actually.
Yeah.
One is now with credit cards from India, they get
they get
taxed.
questions.
taxed.
Yeah, they get
Questioned.
taxed. Yeah.
And secondly, I mean, it's the Indian hospitality where actually when you go to a wedding, usually you don't pay for anything, right?
Right. You're
So some
hosted.
people just like, well, I'm hosted, so why I didn't have the need. Plus, also when Indians travel from India, usually it's a cash culture. When they go on
Yeah.
holiday, they love to use their cash.
tuck
I
tuck
think that's why.
briefcase.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
But it's
But
yeah.
questions, yeah. Usually it's the swimming trunks and the
All
filling of the
kinds-
bathtubs.
Yeah, all
and,
kinds of things.
Condoms.
Yeah.
Can I have a
Condoms?
pack of
No.
condoms?
Have you gotten condoms?
I'm sure you have.
I mean, maybe in 10 years,
100%.
possibly, but I don't
Not
remember.
to me.
I've had a 2 a.m. phone call. Can you please order me Burger King, though, from a guest, like
Yeah.
random wedding guest.
Right.
Gets your phone number and is like, hi, can you? And I'm like, aren't you attending a guy's wedding who's like from Wharton? Like, if you're his friend, shouldn't you know how to order Burger King? But like, it's just like,
It's the same. I think I got approached by one of the families, and they said we're from the boys' side, so and
We
the
would
whole
like-
the whole menu was vegetarian. And
Right.
they said we were told that you will handle the non-vegetarian. We're like, no, it's a vegetarian wedding, and if you would like to order in room service, you can get non-vegetarian.
Yeah.
We're from the boys' side,
So
so
I like how
and
people
then-
throw that out all the time. Boy
and,
side.
and the fact that it still happens is amazing to me.
in
It's
some
sad.
in some like culture,
Cultures,
you
yes.
still see it.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
definitely
It's that
see
privilege, like that thing that they are
Yeah.
privileged.
Ladke wale.
Ladke wale hain,
No,
yeah.
but for me right now it's interesting. I'm doing a wedding for like a American couple, and their families are Gujarati and Marwari, and and they all live in America. The couple is living together, and yet there is the ladke wala and the ladki wala, and the girl is like, oh, I have to ask my husband if I can wear red or not. For me, that is surprising. It's like.
But do you think it's also engraved in their communities? I feel like you see this with
Yeah.
Gujaratis and Marwaris
I find
more.
Gujarati is very, very forward thinking, actually.
Really?
More like very forward thinking. But for me, like I have Marwari friends and all. It depends.
I think it depends.
It depends
Yeah.
how you use it.
Family to family.
Family to
Yeah, I
family.
don't think it's any
feel like
stereotype.
it's. I've
Maybe-
had
maybe-
such cool Gujarati clients and Marwari clients that I don't even now see the culture. For me, it is like you're just using it for your own benefit, and yeah,
Interesting.
if it works for you.
All right, my amazing listeners. And that brings us to the end of part 1 of episode 1. We've uncovered the real behind the reels and the hustle behind every happily ever after. Whether it's juggling budgets, managing meltdowns, or dodging flying chappals from emotional aunties, our wedding planners clearly don't get paid enough. But hold that thought because we're not done yet. Grab your cha or your wine, take a deep breath, and get ready for part 2, where the stories get even juicier.